right, folks, I want to welcome you back to another exciting week of the Tuesday Night Racing Series. My name is Dylan Hastings, and again, this is the Tuesday Night Racing Series playoffs, currently at the round of 8. We are at Kentucky tonight, and we've got some exciting action for you as we do each and every week. So I want to thank all of those that are tuning in tonight. I appreciate your patience as we wait here to get started. Let's go ahead and go through the race information, and looks like tonight we've got a track temperature of 84 degrees. I expect that temperature to probably cool down just a little bit as the race gets going here. 76 degrees Fahrenheit outside temperature, 72% humidity. Overcast, 15-mile-an-hour winds. That may be a factor tonight, so we'll have to definitely pay attention to that. Track is not really that bumpy, but it definitely... That amount of wind there can definitely affect the overall draft and how the trucks are working together there side by side and throughout the race there. Stage 1 is going to be on lap 35. Stage 2 will be lap 70. The final stage is at the end of the race, obviously, on lap 150. We have a total of 150 laps for you guys tonight. It is absolutely going to be exciting. It looks like I want to congratulate Austin Shoemaker, this gentleman right here on the screen, for winning the pole tonight, one of our playoff drivers in the round of 8. Looks like we actually had a total of 6 playoff drivers make the top 10 here for the initial gridding. We always throw the caution flag here just to basically extend a lap. And so you'll hear that there in the audible. We're going to go back around the track one more time as these guys get the tires warmed up, cleaned off, and get ready for green flag racing here as we come back around. I
got to get down here. I got to reset my wheel.
And that's one of the reasons why we do this this extra lap, because there's always technical issues, whether it be myself or one of the drivers. It looks like the number 9 is going to have to reset his wheel there, and
is anyone else having problems with the system right now?
Get back to being restarted. Now, there was a major update to iRacing this morning, and so we do expect that there may be a few bugs here. A few guys there, as you heard over the comms there, that may be having some issues, and we'll have to play that by ear as things go on here. So let's go ahead and go through the full grid here. As again, we've got one more lap before the lights are going to go off on the pace truck here in just a minute, but we're going to have one more lap to go around here. As you see, the lights just went off there on the pace truck. So let's go ahead and go through the grid. Austin Shoemaker is again our pole sitter. Ray Rogers second, Jess Mahar third, Brandon Robertson fourth, Richard Swaverly fifth, Chris Shoemaker sixth, Daniel Holcroft seventh, Matt Grenier eighth, Chris McLean ninth, Brad Fulham 10th, Chris Bedwell 11th. Aaron Adcock 12th, Wyatt Brackett 13th, Tyler Dixon 14th, Barry Knapp 15th, Dustin Reeves 16th, Logan Russell 17th, Garrett Brown 18th, David Harden 19th, Dana Shepard 20th, David Brackett is 21st, Jeremy Banner 22nd, Tony Edrington will round out our 23 truck field for this evening. Folks, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in as you do each and every week, many of you. Truly appreciate the support. And we're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Man, that is a tongue twister. All right, folks, let's bring up the banner here. I don't know why they cut. There it goes. All right, and we are getting ready to catch the green flag here as these guys all get lined up. All my dog fans out there, congratulations on a national championship. After 41 years, the Georgia Bulldogs pull off an upset to the Alabama Crimson Tide last night. What an awesome race. What an awesome football game. And definitely have to, as we get started here, I want to point out one thing really quick on the broadcast. You see that nice 31 truck right there? He's an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. So you think there's a little bit of a bet going on between some of us that are Georgia Bulldogs fan. McLean goes to the outside or the inside there. I don't know if he had an issue. We'll have to see real quick on him, but that is
that black flag cleared for entering a closed pit. I had to fix my wheel.
And bear with me, folks, 1 second as I go ahead and fix that for that gentleman. Just give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. We had to clear his black flag there. He had to go into a closed pit there to fix his wheel, as you guys had heard over the comms. And so let's get back up here to the front. But I do want to point out again, let me go back to that beautiful truck, see if I can point it out or zoom in here. That 31 there, Daniel Holcroft, again, Alabama Crimson Tide fan. He is now running the Georgia Bulldogs scheme for tonight. Oh, he almost put a dent in that thing. Don't mess that paint scheme up tonight. That is a beautiful looking paint scheme. Look at that big Georgia G on the front of that thing. Anyway, go Dogs. All right, folks, let's get back up to the front here. Looks like we got a new race leader, Ray Rogers, out in front in the 51, Hammer Down Motorsports. 2 drivers eliminated last week in last week's race. We had Chris Shoemaker, the number 4 for Hot Shoe Racing, and Daniel Holcroft there in that 31 Georgia Bulldog truck tonight. Did not make the cut from the 10 to the round of 8, but all in all, great season for all of these drivers. Nothing to be disappointed about, that's for sure. And I'm sure we'll see him next season in season 4 in the playoffs. We got a battle up here going up front. I thought these guys were going to take it fairly easy, but man, these guys have definitely been battling it out here up front. See if I can ride along with Ray Rogers here for just a few minutes. See exactly his perspective from behind him as these guys are trading spots, maybe trading paint, and all in all, just trying to stay up here to the front or get up to the front here and lead this race. Again, folks, first stage will be lap 35. When the 10th driver crosses the line on lap 35, the caution flag will fly to conclude the stage. And I don't anticipate any drivers going into pit road to do any type of maintenance or any type of service until the conclusion of that stage. So it looks like we've got Tony Edrington already out of the race, or 2, well, hold on, let me see if he's out of the race. He's 2 laps down right now. I don't know if he had some issues where he had to restart his computer. I didn't see him disconnect, so let's go, give me 1 second here, folks. Let's go ahead and check on Tony Edrington really quick, see exactly what's going on with him. So it looks like his truck is completely clean.
All right, Garrett.
Completely clean, I would assume.
You're good, James.
Excuse me, I would assume that, bear with me just a second, folks. I'm trying to find a driver here. I would assume that he just had some computer issues, and it's put him 2 laps down. So hopefully he'll get his laps back during the stages, see how that all works out for him. Let's go back up to the front here. I do want to take a look real quick at James Kunkel real quick to see if there was damage. It sounded like he was apologizing to one of the drivers there, maybe make some contact, maybe cut him off a little bit. Don't really know. It looks like his truck is clean. So all in all, should be good to go. I think Garrett Brown was the driver that he was apologizing to. He probably just let him know that he didn't mean to cut him off or something. Maybe gave him a little bump. Who knows? There's Dana Shepard out there in the 43 for 3F Racing tonight. Looks like right now he's got a clean truck, and let's hope that that stays that way all night there. He's had some really bad luck here lately. One of our cleaner drivers, one of our more cautious drivers, and sometimes when you're up in the front here, it looks like last week at Auto Club, he was up here leading in the front. And I reviewed the incident. I don't really know exactly what happened. I think he was trying to steer to the wall to get out of the way of Wyatt Brackett. Wyatt Brackett made just a little bit of contact there on his rear end, and it hit him in the left corner panel, and it drove him into the wall, and basically it didn't end his race, but it pretty much should have, because he could not compete for the rest of the night. It looked like he made a little bit of contact there with the outside wall as he's pushing into the corner. That may have been the number 3 of David Brackett for Black Car Mafia. But we'll keep an eye on that number 43 tonight. Make sure, hopefully he has a great race. as I know he deserves it. He's a good driver, and he's very respectful, and we truly appreciate him being a part of this league.
Wreck out of 2, wreck out of 2.
Okay, we've got our first wreck here. Let's go ahead.
Pressure, temperature right there.
It looks like, says Chris Shoemaker, but I have a feeling he got involved in it. But let's see who exactly caused that incident here with these guys. Bear with me just a second as we rewind this here. As we see, that's a massive crash. And it looks like, I believe it was the 15 and the 4, but we're going to find out right now here. 15, basically, I think the 4 was trying to pinch the 15 down just a little bit, or may have just accelerated a little too hard into the corner here. And we're going to find out. Looks like, I don't think there was contact right there, but that put the number 4 on the wall. Let me go back really quick and see. We're going to ride on the nose of the 14, or the 4, excuse me, and see if the 4 made contact with the 15 right there. And it looks like, again, the 4 is trying not to get too. Yeah, that's tough, man. Jeez. Let's go back real quick here and see. So from this perspective right here, I think I don't know if it was net code. Yeah, that looked like net code. And it looks like the 4 basically slapped the wall. And it looks like, again, folks, it's collected several drivers here. As you see, you see several playoff drivers here that have been affected by that incident. Let's go back live real quick.
Lucky dog going on.
All right, looks like everybody got out of it here. All right, folks, we're going to go to commercial break really quick as these guys are pacing and getting all set back up. Tony Edrington gets one lap back here as we hope that he gets back out on the lead lap. And again, folks, we'll be right back. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll get back to racing here in just a minute.
Take everything that you know about your typical energy drink and kick it to the curb, because today we're talking about C4 Original. And this isn't an energy drink, this is a performance energy drink. Well, what does that mean? Well, C4 Original contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, that explosive C4 energy. Also contains incredible flavors with 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 artificial colors. But C4 Original also contains ingredients that are formulated for performance, like carnosine beta-alanine, a clinically studied ingredient that helps to kick fatigue to the curb, like Beta Power, which is a clinically studied ingredient that helps with performance. So when I say performance energy, I'm not just saying it. You're literally getting clinically studied performance ingredients in every sip of C4 Original. So get rid of your sugary energy drinks. That's not doing anything for you. If you want energy to perform and dominate life, get your hands on C4 Original.
All right, folks, we are back here as we are waiting for the pace truck. Go one more lap around here as the lights are going to go off in the pace truck right now here as these guys are going to get lined back up. And actually, no, it looks like there's going to be one more lap, or 2 more laps, excuse me, as we might have had a truck that was limping around there. Oh, hold on, we're not live. Lights are yeah, I wasn't that far off there. Lights are still on the pace truck though. So we're going to have 2 more laps here before we go green. I don't know, did George Williams out there says no Bedwell. Did he get involved in that incident? You know, since we've got 2 more laps to go, bear with me just a second, folks. I want to see exactly what drivers were involved in that, if I can. We're going to go back to that incident real quick. See if I can scroll out as much as I possibly can here. So the 17th got involved. Let's see if I can rewind it here. 17-4. Wyatt Brackett, another playoff driver, got involved. Oh man, the 17 just had no. Okay, so the 7 almost avoided that Well, he did avoid the incident. I think he got through there. I don't think his race is over with. He does have a little bit of damage there, but there's several drivers that definitely got some significant damage. All right, so I think Brandon Robertson may have also been involved in that. It said Dana Shepard had crashed, but again, this software not always reliable. So let me look real quick as we get ready to take the green flag here. As we come around, we got 2 more corners here before we go back to green. Let's just take a peek really quick at Dana Shepard, as Dana has, where's Dana? Dana is currently P17. I don't think he has any damage, so I think that software was incorrect. So Bedwell's right behind his teammates, right behind him there in the number 7. He's got a little crinkle there on the right-hand corner. We'll see how that's going to affect him tonight. Ray Rogers is going to lead us out here. I believe Ray Rogers is the leader. If not, Austin Shoemaker's on the outside. Swavely is third on the inside, and then we got Joseph Mahar on the outside, and then we've got Matt Grenier on the inside. That rounds out the top 5 drivers here as we get ready to go back to green flag conditions here with Ray Rogers. Ray Rogers gets a good jump there on that initial on that start. Swavely is trying to take that inside lane away from Austin Shoemaker. He already had the lane. And it looks like Mahar's going to choose to go to the bottom there and see which one's going to carry the momentum off the corners here. The preferred, I don't know, I'm not really 100% on the preferred lane here. I personally like the bottom lane in 3 and 4, and the bottom lane in the inside lane in 1 and 2. Problem is, it really eats up the tires, and it looks like McLean's back up here, currently P5 at the moment, trying to fight with Mahar. He's going to try to peek to the inside of Mahar as he tries to pick up that P4 position from him. So we've already got a driver out here. Wyatt Brackett, one of our playoff drivers, already out of the race. Wyatt Brackett is one of our round of 8 drivers here. It's unfortunate that he got involved in that incident. And let me just see really quick where he stands. So as it stands right now, of course, we've got one more race for the round of 8 at Phoenix next week. Very, very technical track. It's a nice track. It's just, it's kind of like Homestead, Miami. It's not one of my better tracks. Some of these drivers, however, do a great job at those tracks, and it'll be interesting to see how the gentleman we're riding along with right now, Mr. Ray Rogers, does at Phoenix. He actually won, I believe he won season 1 of the MPI Cup Series at Phoenix in that series, the first season. It was either the first season or the second season. And looks like Chris Shoemaker out there. 2 weeks in a row, same guy. At least this time there was a little net code, so not 100% his fault. Still too close this soon in the race. That is, absolutely, I agree. It's definitely too soon. I didn't see any aggressiveness necessarily, though, on that. That's why it was ruled a racing incident. Unfortunately, a little bit of net code, close racing, and a wall to the outside just was a recipe for disaster there. So very unfortunate for the 4 of Chris Shoemaker and Hachi Racing, as well as the 33 who's now out of the race. It looks like the 17 sustained some really significant damage. The 7 of Bedwell also sustained a little bit of outside left side damage, as you heard see on the chat there from George Williams for 3F Racing there. You see he's got a little bit of damage, but he did absolutely miss that wreck. Let's see, Logan Russell may have been made a little contact there. Brad Fulham has definitely probably parked it already. He was one of the other drivers that received significant damage on that incident there. As we see, it looks like he's still in the sim. He's still got it there, but he's got, you can see Chris Shoemaker's truck right there. A lot of significant damage on that truck, the same as Brad Fulham. So it looks like Brad Fulham, Chris Shoemaker, and Wyatt Brackett were the innocent bystanders there during that that incident with the 4 and the 15. So again, it's hard to rule things like that out, or as far as hold somebody accountable for that incident, because really, truly, in that particular situation, it really wasn't anybody anybody's specific fault. And so, all right, folks.
$35, Dylan.
Bear with me just a second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Hit the button a little too early there on closing the pits. That was 25 there for a second. I'm like, oh crap, I missed it. It's actually 35. Man. All right, Ray Rogers still out front. We're going to go through the field here. We're going to do it after the stage here because it takes me a little while to go through the field. I'll let you guys know where your drivers are at. Looks like, let me see, our first playoff driver there is out front. Ray Rogers, currently P1. He's had a really strong night so far. We'll see how that all plays out here towards the end of the race. Austin Shoemaker, another playoff driver, currently P2. Richard Swavely, another playoff driver, currently P3. Chris McLean's P4. Joseph Mahar's P5. Tyler Dixon P6. Matt Grenier P7. Garrett Brown, another playoff driver, currently P8. And let's see where our other playoff drivers are really quick. Our other playoff driver, Brandon Robertson, in the number 9, he is currently P17. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage there, basically the same amount as Chris Bedwell, I believe. And so that is going to affect, I think, the overall performance of those trucks tonight. But Brandon Robertson, P17, Chris Bedwell, P18, and Wyatt Brackett is out of the race. So we've got all 8 playoff drivers there currently competing for a championship. It's going to make it really tough next week for Wyatt Brackett, unfortunately. It's just not his evening. Again, it really sucks when things like that happen to you during a race, especially when they're not necessarily things that you caused necessarily. You just kind of got mixed up in it. But it's racing, and that happens, as frustrating as it is. Go ahead and ride along with Ray Rogers here up front as we get ready. Give you guys his roof cam perspective here as we see, looks like the 4 Chris Shoemaker's going to try to make it back out here on track, turn some laps. And we're going to be closing the pits here in just a minute. You'll see the preferred lane here that Ray Rogers runs. All right, sorry about that. Hacking over here. So the pits are now closed. Leader still Ray Rogers. Austin Shoemaker doing his best to try to get up here and challenge him. Does not look like he's going to be able to do so as you see the gap between him and Ray Rogers. Looks like Ray Rogers, unless something else happens here, Ray Rogers is going to be our stage 1 winner. We got one more lap here. We're going to change the perspective here in just a minute as we're going to have to make sure that 10th driver crosses the line before we throw the caution. We're going to continue to run along with Ray Rogers. We just kind of get an idea here as see his perspective as he's coming into the corner using the throttle. All right, congratulations, Ray Rogers, stage 1 winner, as we need to get up here to, looks like Dustin Reeves will be the 10th driver who crosses the line there to conclude stage 1. Ray Rogers is going to round out the stage winner, followed by Austin Shoemaker, Richard Swavely, Chris McLean, Joseph Mahar, Tyler Dixon, Jeremy Banner, Garrett Brown, Matt Grenier, and Dustin Reeves all round out our 10 drivers that will receive bonus points there for that stage 1. And it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Let me make sure. Make sure I'm telling you all that correctly. Actually, no. We've got. I don't know why I keep forgetting about Mahar. So we got. He's actually my driver, and I'm keep skipping over him here. So we got Rogers, Shoemaker, Swavely, Mahar, Brown, all playoff drivers who receive bonus points. So it looks like Bedwell did not make it back up here into the top 10 to receive some bonus points. That definitely is going to hurt him a little bit here as we're any points at this late in the game here are going to benefit any of these drivers here. As we're going to see, I think. Let's keep an eye real quick on Bedwell. We'll see if he gets some of that damage repaired. He's only got a little bit there on the hood. You can see it looks like everything else. He's got some scrapes. Looks like he scraped the wall a few times there. He's trying to shave off a few inches there on the outside quarter panel. And there's that good-looking 31 Georgia Bulldog truck. All right, let's keep an eye on the number 7 here. It looks like I have a feeling he's probably going to stay in here and get some damage repaired. He's going to have to. Doesn't look like he stayed in, so he must be confident that the performance of that truck is going to be able to keep him up to pace here. Let's see, is Chris Shoemaker still out there? I know he's obviously some laps down. He's going to stay out and get his lap back. He's got significant damage there. Let's hope that truck makes it all the way around for the entire race. He's definitely banged up though, to say the least. All right, let's see. Aaron Adcock, I know he sustained some damage. Looks like the front of his truck is fairly decent. Doesn't look like he's got much front end damage at all. Don't see. It looks like he's got a little bit of rear end damage. That might have been who Wyatt Brackett had hit and sent him around, but it does not look like he's got significant damage there. So looks like he is going to be able to compete here for some positions. Hopefully a race win, as he's subbing for Race Pass Motorsports tonight. So him and Mahar, Race Pass Motorsports. That's my team. Obviously, I can't be biased here because I'm broadcasting the league. But at the end of the day, I'm keeping an eye on those two drivers for my team. But let me see here. Who else was involved in that incident? Let me see. Was Logan Russell? Excuse me. Doesn't look like he's got any damage at all. So I think he's just playing it safe right now. Let's see. Let's go back up to the front here and see how close we are to redoing this race here. All right, so we're getting ready. We got one more lap before I think this lap around here the lights will be off on the pace truck, and then we go green the next lap around. So Evan Bushmaster out there says, man, I hate packing. I agree. I hate moving. Packing, moving, all that stuff. I agree, buddy. Same page there. Fortunately, he missed tonight. Ty out there says, let's go Aaron Adcock. Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in. George Williams says, good luck, Chris Bedwell and Dana Shepard. I hope everyone has a fun and clean race. Well, it's been fairly clean, as you know. Dana Shepard, I do believe, is clean. It looks like Bedwell received the brunt of that one there this last time. So Dana Shepard's made his way up here to P15, and yeah, he doesn't look like he's got a scratch on that truck. I don't believe he's the one that hit the wall last time that I was on his truck, because he does not have any damage whatsoever on that truck. Chris McLean's up here, P4. He's been battling up here for at least the top 10 spots. That's for sure. Tyler Dixon also up here. Now Tyler Dixon is not part of 3F Racing, but with his team basically his team's basically been non-existent here in the Tuesday Night Racing Series. He's joined 3F Racing for the remainder of this season here as just kind of moral support and to work together with those other two drivers, Dana Shepard, the 43, as well as the number 7 of Chris Bedwell. So we'll see how that all plays out here. But 54 up here in the top 10. It's currently P6. We're going to go through the field after these guys get started here. Let's go back up to the leaders as we got Ray Rogers on the outside, Austin Shoemaker Ray Rogers on the inside, Austin Shoemaker on the outside to lead us off here. The restart of this race. Ray Rogers gets another good jump. Looks like Swavely's also going to get a really good restart there. 14's going to probably tuck in behind the 39. Are going to try to take him on the outside. We'll see how that all works out. Ray Rogers puts it back out front here. All right, let's go ahead and go through the field so that those that are tuning in here know where your favorite driver is tonight. Also, Miss Robbins comment out there says, let's go Joseph Mahar. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. George Williams out there says, huge thanks to Dana Shepard for running my paint this season. He is a heck of a person. He is definitely a heck of a person, as well as yourself there, Mr. George Williams. And yeah, it's really cool that he elected to continue to run that 43 pink 3F Racing Pub Table Racers paint scheme. So it's been a pleasure to see that paint scheme out here. We just wish that Mr. George Williams was also out here racing that thing around the track. So Billy Reynolds Clark out there says, good luck all, go Edrington. We're going to keep an eye on Edrington as the race progresses here, but it looks like he may have gotten his lap back after that last stage caution. I don't see him a lap down, so it looks like he's currently P20th. We're going to go through the field here in just a minute so you guys will see exactly where your drivers are at, as long as we don't have an unexpected caution. Let's go back up to the front here and start with Mr. Ray Rogers, currently P1. He's up one spot from where he started the race. Richard Swavely up 3 spots from where he started the race, from where he qualified, from where he started. Again, up 3 spots, currently P2. Chris McLean's made his way up here into the top 3. He's up 6 spots right now. Austin Shoemaker down 3 spots. So Austin Shoemaker's lost 3 spots from where he started the race, but he's having a strong night tonight, so we expect that he'll either get those 3 spots back or we're going to keep an eye on him. Joseph Mahar is down 2 spots from where he started the race. So he qualified really good, started the race. Looks like he's fallen 2 spots from where he started. Tyler Dixon up 8 spots from where he started the race tonight. Currently P6. Jeremy Banner is our biggest mover of the race at the moment, up 15 spots. That number 24 truck has put himself up here into P7 at the moment. Matt Grenier is currently P8. That is where he started the race. Garrett Brown is up 9 spots from where he started the race. He is, I believe, our next biggest mover of the race. That is correct. And he's currently up in P9. Dustin Reeves up 6 spots from where he started the race, currently P10. Chris Bedwell is 11th. That's where he actually started the race. David Brackett is up 9 spots. He is also tied for the second biggest mover of the race with Garrett Brown, currently P12. Barry Knapp is currently up 2 spots from where he started the race, currently P13. Aaron Adcock has actually lost 2 positions from where he started the race, but he is currently P14. David Harden up 4 spots from where he started the race. He is currently P15. Daniel Holcroft, and again, that sexy-looking Georgia Bulldog paint scheme is down 9 spots from where he started the race, currently P16. James Kunkel up 8 spots, currently P17, so he's making his way up here to the front. Dana Shepard is up 2 spots from where he started the race, currently P18, or actually now he's P19, lost position to Brandon Robertson. Brandon Robertson is currently P18. He's down 14 spots from where he started the race after that incident. Looks like some damage there affecting that driver. To the right-hand side of your screen there, or to the right side of that truck there, you can see he's got about the same amount of damage as Chris Bedwell does. Tony Edrington, again, for all the Tony Edrington fans out there, he is currently up 3 spots from where he started the race, P20. He's had to fight his way back up from being down 2 laps from the start of the race. I think he had some technical difficulties and was able to get those sorted out, get back on the track, and has he's gotten both of his laps back that he lost and has made his way up here 3 spots where he started the race, currently P20. So congratulations to that driver, as we'll see him charge up to the front, hopefully. Logan Russell's down 4 spots where he started the race, currently P11, currently P51. 51, excuse me. What am I talking about? P21. Down 4 spots again. Chris Shoemaker is trying to get some of that damage repaired. Down 16 spots, currently P22. Again, Brad Fulham, can't talk tonight. Brad Fulham down 13 spots. He's down many laps here as he's trying to get his truck repaired. Also, I'm sure he's probably helping with admin duties on the fly there. And Wyatt Brackett is also out of the race, currently down 11 spots, P24. That rounds out our entire field for this evening. It looks like we've got a new race leader here as I can get back up to the front. Ray Rogers lost 2 spots there to Chris McLean and Richard Swabley. So we got a little bit of a mix-up here up front. We ain't going to read that comment, George Williams. No way, sir. Absolutely not. For those that didn't read George Williams' comment out there, it says, can't believe that 31 ran that paint. Doesn't he know that uniform has to wait another 40-plus years before it wins again? No, sir. Go Dogs. Absolutely not. All in good fun, man. He lost the bet. He had to run it. He's actually a Alabama fan. So as you probably know, James Kunkel and I are enjoying the race this evening. I was hoping he'd get up here and at least lead a few laps so we can kind of lock on him here for a little while and show that beautiful paint scheme off, but there's still time. Still time, folks. Until then, I'm going to go back here and just give you a little peek at it. Let me go to the roof cam here so I can show you that big, beautiful Georgia G there on the front of that hood. There you go. Like I said, what a game last night, though, I'll tell you that. All right, let's go back up here to the front. We got a battle kind of going back here for P4 at the moment. No, P3, excuse me. McLean and Shoemaker fight for position. We got a playoff driver trying to get around McLean. Right now, though, folks, we got Hammer Down Motorsports again dominating tonight, P1, P2. I'll tell you one thing, that will be the team to beat next season. They've had a wonderful season 3, but I will tell you, it's going to be hard to beat them next season. Hammer Down Motorsports will be running in season 4. Richard Swavely, Ray Rogers, Chris McLean, and Chris Bedwell all be running for Hammer Down Motorsports next season. That will be a very difficult team to beat. But we do have some teams this season coming up that will definitely challenge them for sure. It's going to be an interesting season, to say the least, season 4. For those that are interested, we're getting kicked off here for season 4. Here, give me a second. I'll tell you really quick here. Again, everything's not 100% set in stone yet, excuse me. But it looks like we're going to be kicking off season 4 at Daytona on February 22nd of 2022. So a little over a month and a half away. And we'll be concluding this season in 2 weeks. And then we'll have a little bit of a break in between this season and next season. We'll be kicking off season 4 with a bang. If there's any drivers out there, if there's anybody in iRacing that's looking again for a great group of people here to run with on Tuesday night in the trucks, I believe we have, don't quote me yet, but I do believe we've got 2 more positions left for 2 different teams of 4. And then we're going to be full. So that doesn't mean you can't come in as a free agency driver, as a chartered free agency driver, and run casually. But we're really looking for, preferably actually, I'm preferably looking for at least one Toyota team to join us for season 4. Right now, we've got, I think we've got 4 teams that have committed to Chevy, and we've got 2 teams that have committed to Ford. So we're kind of looking for at least a Toyota team out there. So if you meet our criteria and you're respectful and you're a good driver, reach out to us on social media. We'd love to have you part of this community as well as this series and team. So it looks like Swavely, I don't know if the tires just have worn out here for him. He's dropped back here from Ray Rogers, currently being challenged by McLean on the inside, excuse me. And Austin Shoemaker trying to make the pass either on the outside or the inside. He's trying to use the draft right now to keep up with Swavely, but you got McLean. You got McLean, Swavely, and Shoemaker, Austin Shoemaker, and now Joseph Mahar peeking his nose up here saying, I want a piece of this action. As you see, Swavely goes to the bottom of the lane there to try to get some momentum to carry around the corner as we get ready to conclude stage 2. On lap 70 here, as we're going to keep an eye on these guys battling it out here. Ray Rogers is kind of pulling away from pulling away from with the lead here as the 5 and the 38 are battling it out. All right, the pits are closed on lap 68. The stage concludes on lap 70. We've got 10 drivers that will receive bonus points at the conclusion of this stage. And we're looking to see who those drivers are going to be here. We've got a few laps left as these guys are battling it out. Again, Ray Rogers pulling away from the field. As you see up here, he's got a pretty good gap between him and second place, which is currently Chris McLean there in the number 5. P3 currently Richard Swavely in the number 38. So we got a little bit of a battle going on here as well with, not Swavely, excuse me, with Austin Shoemaker and Joseph Mahar as we get the perspective from Richard Swavely's truck. We're seeing a little bit of a battle going on here as we see also Tyler Dixon. Looks like he's going to come up here. He says, I want to be part of the party here as well. And again, these guys are battling it out here for the top 5 positions as Tyler Dixon is just outside of that P5 spot here that currently is being held by Austin Shoemaker. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys. It's exciting up here up front, but sometimes it gets a little boring here just riding along with the leader. As we see that, see the 54 put a little bit of a bumper to the, little bit of a bump there to the 14. Let's ride along with Austin Shoemaker. See if we can get that perspective here as he's trying to clean the grill off on that thing. All right, let's see. At least that's my excuse for him. Man, that's a sexy looking truck. I'll tell you what, the new Toyota Tundra, I don't know, it's going to have to grow on me because I've loved the look of these Tundras, including the Tundra that we drive, the everyday driver. I've owned them. I love them. And I don't know. The new one just doesn't look good to me. But, when we see it out on this track here and I see him in real life, I thought I saw one the other day. It looked, I don't know. I think if I was to buy a new truck right now, it's going to be the new Chevy Silverado. That is one sexy looking machine. There's nothing wrong with that Ford F-150 either. All right, the pits are closed. 2 laps to go. Ray Rogers still out front. He's got a gap here with Chris McLean. And then again, we've got a battle here going for the top 5 positions. We've got some guys back there in the very, very back. It looks like Jeremy Banner and Matt Grenier are way in the back there on the top of the screen here to the top right-hand side of the screen, kind of peeking in here. As you see those guys, Jeremy Banner, another strong stage for that driver right there. We're looking forward to his team coming over here next season, Primetime Racing. We got 3 new drivers, coming in to join him and his team for next season. So we're looking forward to that. Get some new faces in here. Austin Shoemaker trying everything he can to put that truck up here in P3. Joseph Mahar was able to pick up the P3 or the P4 spot, excuse me. And so let's go ahead and see. Garrett Brown will round out the top 10 drivers there. So Ray Rogers again.
Hey, Austin, sorry I got into you there in 30. I didn't mean to. I didn't think I was that close.
Tyler Dixon there apologizing for the little bump there he gave to Austin Shoemaker. Austin Shoemaker.
You're good, Tyler.
As you heard, Austin Shoemaker there says he's all good. Very respectful driver as well, the number 14. And all right, so again, folks, Garrett Brown rounds out our top 10 drivers here for stage 2. So again, Ray Rogers, Chris McLean, Richard Swavely, Joseph Mahar, Austin Shoemaker, Tyler Dixon, Matt Grenier, Jeremy Banner, Barry Knapp up here in the top 10 already here for stage 2, and Garrett Brown rounds out the top 10. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got five out of the 8 playoff drivers are going to get stage points for the second stage. So that is the last stage, essentially. until the end of the race here. So we're going to have guys coming down, taking tires, taking fuel. McLean's doing everything he can to try to get as close as he possibly can to Ray Rogers as he's trying to go in. He wants to get new tires and top off real quick and get back out there, try to pick up some position. We'll see if that number 5 truck, McLean, is going to take 4 tires or if he's going to try to take 2 and get himself out here in front. I have a feeling, though, he's probably going to take 4 tires. We're going to see here. Man, I don't see any tires at all. This could be a risky call, folks. That 5 is not going to take tires unless he got caught speeding. No, he is taking tires. What in the world? I don't think he had his tires checked. He's going to lose all kinds of positions here. Oh, man, that is a costly mistake there for the number 5 as he's going to lose at least 10 positions there on pit road. As we see Ray Rogers beats everybody out here on pit road. The number 5 of Chris McLean, very costly mistake right there as he did not have his tires checked. And what I mean by tires checked, folks, for those that are not familiar with how this thing works on the back end, it's basically like the pit box calling what we're going to do here. Are we going to take fuel? We're going to fill the truck. We're going to put half the fuel. We're going to put 3/4 of fuel. We're going to change left side tires, right side tires. All of those things are all things that we have to do in the simulator before we go into pit road. It's not very easy. For those that think that this is a video game, man.
Texting and driving, you know.
Sadly mistaken. This is a simulator. Yes, it is run on a PC and is considered a game. However, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion and many other people's opinion, this really truly is a simulator. It is one of the most accurate ways to get in here and race that I've ever found online, and it's one of the most I don't want to say funnest because I don't think that's a word, but it's one of the funnest things to do, quite honestly. If you've never tried iRacing, I got to tell you, folks, go to iRacing.com, set up an account, do month to month if you got to. Go out there and buy a $100 steering wheel with some pedals. Put it on your desk and have a little screen. I'm telling you, it is one of the most addicting and one of the most fun things to do. I'm 41 years old, and I'll tell you, it's one of the things that allows us, some of us older guys here to. I mean, I'm not old by any means, but it just allows some of the guys that don't have a lot of free time to jump on here in the evenings when their kids are in bed, their wives are watching their favorite shows or doing things that they enjoy doing as they relax in the evening. And we come down here and get together in the simulator and compete for these races. These are for fun, yes. But at the end of the day, we do this to compete, just like we would in real life racing. The only difference is we don't have $250,000 tied up in a truck. Instead, we've got $14.95 tied up in a truck and $200 tied up in a iRacing membership for 2 years.
Hey, Jeremy, I think you're on the bottom, buddy.
So, all right, Jeremy Banner gets all situated here as he gets going. Thank you, Aaron Adcock, for letting him know that. Looks like Aaron Adcock's got that truck pretty well straightened out here as we're going back to Green Flag Racing here with where we're about halfway through. We're a little over halfway through. No, we're halfway through. Tell you, man, if I could count. We're halfway through. We got a lot of racing left. Garrett Brown's all the way back to P21. I don't know what happened with him there as well. He might have had an issue as well. He was their 10th place driver there for the stage. Very interesting turn of events as Chris McLean is 20th, Garrett Brown's 21st. They must have either got speeding or forgot to check something. Chris Bedwell, currently P18, one of our playoff drivers here, as we'll see how that goes here. Daniel Holcroft was eliminated from round 10, but he is still strong here, fighting for position. As we admire that beautiful Georgia Bulldog paint scheme again one more time, as he's looking to put himself up here into the top 10. Aaron Adcock's worked his way back up here into P9 at the moment, so it doesn't look like all that damage that he sustained initially is affecting him too much. Battle up here for the front as we see Richard Swavely and Austin Shoemaker battling for position. They're trying to get themselves out here in front as they know that clean air is really going to benefit them. Joseph Mahar has made his way up here to P3. He is currently where he started the race in third place, or in P3, I should say. Brandon Robertson is also up here after being in the back there for a little while. Looks like he's made his way back up here into the top 10, currently P5. Another playoff driver that sustained a little bit of damage there, as Chris Bedwell did in that incident. Ray Rogers kind of taking it easy here as he knows that this is the final stint of this race. They may have to pit under green flag conditions. And if that's the case, tire management will be a factor. Will absolutely be a factor here, as the 24 is going to peek to the inside of Ray Rogers. He's going to let him go. It's one thing about Ray Rogers. You never have to worry about him not saving tires. He does a very good job at that. That's what helps him get out front and have a strong finish to the race. Some of these guys push a little too hard there initially in the start of the race and struggle with finishing at the end of the race. You know, again, you've got 70, you've got about, let's see, you've got 70, 54 makes contact with Reeves. What an amazing save there by the number 6 of Dustin Reeves in the 54. Let's go back real quick and take a peek at that. I don't want to take you guys away from the live action here, but man, that was a good save. So it looks like the 54 just, they're coming into the corner. The 6 is already in front of him. And I think the 6 ends up driving a little hard into the corner and checks, he lifts just a little bit. And the 54 just makes a little bit of contact right there, unsettles the back of that number 6 truck, and moves him right out of the way, man. What a move. Man. What a move. Definitely, I'm sure was not intentional. But he definitely rattled his cage, as Dale Earnhardt used to say. Let's get back up here to the front as we see a battle for the P2 position with Joseph Mahar. Let's go to the let's ride along with Richard Swavely at the moment. Oh, let's go back to live conditions here. Sorry, folks. All right, let's go to, Richard Swavely. And looks like Joseph Mahar was able to make the pass there on Matt Grenier. Looks like Mahar Grenier was able to put it in front of Austin Shoemaker. Austin Shoemaker trying to make that high line work for him, falling back a few positions, as he's got also Brandon Robertson right behind him. Joseph Mahar looking to get up here and lead a few laps. Mahar still sporting the breast cancer pink there inside the truck, it appears. Nothing wrong with that. All right, folks, we haven't went to too many commercial breaks here, so we're going to go ahead and go to commercial break. I'll go to split screen for you guys so you don't miss any of the action. Just bear with me a minute here as I get things worked out here, and we'll be right back here in just a moment as we get back to the racing action here with the Tuesday Night Racing Series. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Take everything that you know about your typical energy drink and kick it to the curb, because today we're talking about C4 Original. And this isn't an energy drink, this is a performance energy drink. Well, what does that mean? Well, C4 Original contains 200 milligrams of caffeine for that explosive C4 energy. Also contains incredible flavors with 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 artificial colors. But C4 Original also contains ingredients that are formulated for performance, like carnosine beta-alanine, a clinically studied ingredient that helps to kick fatigue to the curb, like Beta Power, which is a clinically studied ingredient that helps with performance. So when I say performance energy, I'm not just saying it. You're literally getting clinically studied performance ingredients in every sip of C4 Original. So get rid of your sugary energy drink, because that's not doing anything for you. If you want energy to perform and dominate life, get your hands on C4 Original.
All right, we're back, folks. Just want to check real quick to see if we missed any comments that were out there on the other streams. Don't believe we have. Regardless of whatever stream y'all choose, we truly appreciate you tuning in for sure. We're coming to lap 90 here, folks, as we got Richard Swavely out front, Joseph Mahar second, Matt Grenier third. All right, looks like Richard Swavely pushing in that clutch, trying to save some fuel. Let's see what the gap he's got here behind these guys. Not really that much. See if he does it again. He does. Oh, yeah. He's looking to save some of that fuel here for the end, folks. He's trying to split this stage, or this pit cycle. Not stage, sorry. See if he keeps doing it here. It doesn't look like he's losing position by doing it. Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. He is going to lose position here. Joseph Mahar is going to challenge him here to the outside. Two playoff drivers side by side for the lead, for position. Matt Grenier blinking out a little bit there, having a little bit of connectivity issue. As the 46 and 38 are going to battle it out here for the lead. Joseph Mahar finally winning at Bristol for himself, but also for Race Pass Motorsports. He's trying to put his truck out here out front. He wants to win again. We had somebody hit the wall. I think it was Matt Grenier. Right, it was either Matt Grenier or it was Richard Swavely. I didn't see it. Some of y'all may have caught that. All right, looks like Joseph Mahar is our new race leader. Looks like we got a truck that is at risk right now of going a lap down. I believe that is going to be possibly the number 9 of Brandon Robertson. It may actually be Chris Shoemaker, but I don't think Chris Shoemaker is still out on track. So I do believe that is going to be, actually it looks like Tony Edrington. So Brandon Robertson has went a lap down. I don't know if he already went into the pits. Let me take a peek at that really quick. So it looks like, yeah, Logan Russell and Austin Shoemaker have went into the pits. So so Logan Russell. Let me see. So I'm trying to bring that to you guys here in just a second. I just want to make sure I'm telling you correctly. So Brandon Russell and Austin Shoemaker entered the pits. I do not see where Brandon Robertson had went in the pits. And here we go. Joseph Mahar is actually coming in the pits right now as he locks it up. Looks like he was able to get it slowed down there, but boy, oh boy, he almost overshot that.
I got a button set for mine.
Yes, you are required to announce your pit stops. So it looks like Joseph Mahar, David Brackett, and Barry Knapp all going into the pits. So David Brackett's coming out, Barry Knapp's coming out, and Joseph Mahar also exiting pit road right now as we see the current race leader is going to be the 15 of Matt Grenier. He is now going into P4, I believe, or turn 4, excuse me, as he comes around to the front stretch. Joseph Mahar is just now coming to the front stretch. So who was once our race leader there, the 15 is now our race leader. The 46 just went in, got fresh tires, fresh fuel, I would assume, and is now back out here trying to make his way back up into the front as pit cycles are going to start happening here in the
Leader pit road.
in the front of the field as we see. So it looks like let me see, who was our leader? The 15 was our leader. So the 15 is now on pit road. So he's coming down to pit road. I would assume Richard Swavely, Ray Rogers, all going to come down to pit road here. I would assume if not this lap, it's going to be next lap. As we see the 77 of Tony Edrington possibly going another lap down. I don't think he's a lap down. No, he's still on the lead lap. They're trying to lap him right now. So they just put him a lap down right there. But if he stays out when they pit, he'll get his lap back. And I do believe they're trying to save fuel in the corner. They've got Tyler Dixon three seconds back. They're not really challenged at the moment. I think what they're trying to do is trying to split these remaining laps so that they only have to pit one more time. The other drivers are going to have to pit twice. They're going to have to pit one more time and then a short pit, but I think they're banking on possibly another caution coming out. As you see, the 14 gets by the 38 of Richard Swavely to get his lap back. Swavely and Rogers are just kind of riding along, saving fuel in turn 3. So as pit cycles come around here, our race leader is again Richard Swavely. Oop. Let me go back here. Let's see, so Chris McLean just left pit. Let me see, Chris McLean just left pit road. Aaron Adcock just left pit road. So now they got some fresh rubber. David Brackett had already pitted a few laps ago, so they're out front of him. Barry Knapp had already pitted as well. And at the moment, all these drivers are showing a lap down, as you see on your screen here, but that's because they went through their pit cycle. The longer that Richard Swavely stays out, I believe the longer it's, I believe the more it's going to hurt him. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the pit strategy. These things take a lot of thought. That's for sure. Okay, so Swavely's coming down, 38, he's coming in hot.
Leaders on pit road.
51's coming in hot. I think the 51 just got speeding. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. You got about three, maybe you got a few seconds after hitting the commitment cone before they really flag you. We'll see if he gets held or not. I don't believe he was speeding, so we'll see. As these guys are going to take tires, they got to take tires. Swavely's not taking tires at the moment. Wow, Swavely takes fuel only and just by maybe a second or two comes out in front of Ray Rogers. That may hurt. That may hurt the number 38 right there. Because Richard Swavely Ray Rogers is going to catch Richard Swavely with those tires. Now again, I do believe it shows me when drivers take tires. I usually you see the truck go up and down, and I didn't see that happen there with the 51. So we're going to keep an eye on the 5 of McLean as he's trying to get around the 39 as he's pinching him down to the corner.
43 spinning, 43 spinning.
Fives looking for a win here in the Tuesday Night Truck Series, Tuesday Night Racing Series. As it stands right now, Austin Shoemaker is our new race leader. If I bet, I don't think that he's come into pit yet. Let's just take a look real quick at this little stint thing here. So he did come into pit about 15 laps ago. So Mahar came in. Okay, so he was one of the first ones to pit. So I take that back because I remember him and who was it there? Logan Russell. Him and Logan Russell came into the pits same time. And so let's see. So it looks like Mahar's got 3-lap fresher tires. Robertson came in on lap 19 laps ago. Grenier and Rogers. So it looks like Rogers right now has the fresher tires out of all of them. And Ray Rogers right now is currently P8. So Edrington getting his lap back, I think, when these guys were cycling back around, and it looks like he might have lost his lap again. Yes, he did. He's actually lost 2 laps to the race leader, so he is now 2 laps down. As we see these 8 drivers here currently pit strategy, so it looks like again, Mahar's got 14-lap old tires. Shoemaker, our current race leader, has 17-lap old tires. Unfortunately, I think Shoemaker and Mahar, I think many of these drivers are going to have to pit one more time before they come in. And if it stays green, boy, is that going to mix up this field for the end of this race. So we're going to have to pay attention, see how this all plays out, folks. If you got your predictions, put them in the chat. See how the 43 is doing here. It looks like he might be at risk. I think he's already a lap down. Yes, he is. He's 1 lap down here. As no damage to his truck, so he's at risk of going 2 laps down here in just a minute. Let's see Chris Bedwell. So Chris Bedwell right now, I do believe, is also a lap down. Yes, he is. So Chris Bedwell is the first truck a lap down here currently being scored. Another playoff driver right behind him, though, Garrett Brown, also a lap down. So Shoemaker's trying to save some fuel, it looks like. I just don't think that he's going to be. I just don't think that these guys are going to be able to save enough fuel for 30 laps after pitting. Let me see. Does it show? No, it doesn't show Bedwell there. So pit stop times, you can see Jeremy Banner had the faster pit stop. All right, let's go ahead and, well, actually, you know what? I want to check one thing real quick here. So, yeah, so they're coming to 20 laps, and they've got another 30 laps to go. They're going to have to come in for fuel. I would assume that these guys are probably going to, man, I don't know. That is a tough call. Do you come in for fuel only, or do you come in to take fresh rubber? Woo! I don't know. I do not know. All I know is whoever makes the right decision here is going to be the race winner. If it stays green. Again, if it doesn't stay green, then it throws that whole strategy out the window. So, but at the moment, folks, Austin Shoemaker is out front, our race leader for Hot Shoe Racing. He is currently commanding the lead. He's got a nice little gap here between him and Mahar, who's currently P2. Both pitted about almost 30 laps ago. They've got another 29 laps to go on this tank of fuel. I don't think that they've got enough fuel in the tank to be able to make it. I think at the end of the day, they need to come down and top off with some fuel and possibly tires. Again, that call, though, will be the race-winning call. It really just depends, but the closer you get down to that finish, do you want to risk going a lap down with 30-lap, 40-lap old tires? I don't know. It just depends on how much they depending on your oh, man. Sitting here stuttering. It depends on the strategy, really. I don't know. I don't know if you don't come in for fresh tires, can you pull off? Can you lap somebody in 10 laps? That's kind of the question. I don't think you can. I think pit strategy is definitely going to be a factor here. But Austin Shoemaker, I think, came in a little too early, as he's either going to have to save enough fuel. Maybe they do. I don't know what the fuel window is here. I wish I did, so I knew exactly whether or not they were going to be able to make it or not. But I don't think that they're going to be able to. But they're out front at the moment, and they've got a little bit of a lead here. I mean, those top three drivers right there have almost a 10-second gap on the fifth place truck all the way back. So they could actually come down the pit road and not lose too much time. I mean, I think worst case scenario, they would finish the race in the top 4 positions, top 5 positions of this race, unless these other guys can stretch it. I don't think they can. Let me see if it shows Reeves. So Reeves pitted 24 laps ago. So the only guys that may be able to make it here are Dixon and Rogers on this tank of fuel. I don't think that the 14 and the 46 are going to be able to pull this off on fuel. I've been wrong many times. We're going to find out. That's all I got to say. That's going to shake some things up, though, if it does. No, it doesn't. There it is. 14 and 46 are coming down.
Leaders on pit road.
Woo, he's coming in hot. He might have just got speeding. I don't know. I've said that before. We're going to find out. Doesn't look like he did. If he did, he wouldn't worry about it the rest of the thing here. All right, so we're going to pay attention to these drivers right here as Aaron Adcock's also coming out. Austin Shoemaker slides into the pits. That was smooth. These guys are going to take tires. Are they going to take only left side or right side tires? No, they are going to take all 4 tires. Top off the field. Let's go, boys. No, I'm not drinking an energy drink, I promise. All right, let's go. As my son says, let's go. I was yelling that from the rooftops last night. I know that. Go Dogs. Oh, 14 may have just got unsafe pit exit. We're going to find out.
Leader pit road.
Matt Grenier's going in. Ray Rogers is going to go in for fuel, so he did not have enough as well. Is Tyler Dixon going to make it in here? No, he's not. He's going to try to come back around. He's going to try to draft with the 14 here. He is going to stay out. Our race leader is going to try to keep these guys a lap down. No, sir. 46 and 15, or the 14 and the 46 says, no, sir, you will not. I got fresh rubber. So they get their laps back. Now, if there is a caution for whatever reason on this track, here comes the 54 now. If there is a caution, oh, the 54, I think the 54 just he almost lost it coming into pit road. He locked him up. We're gonna see if he gets held. If he gets held, then he got a penalty. Wow, beautiful one truck back there, man. I wish I was out there racing right now. All right, let's see. Does he
34 is pitting in.
Does he get held? 43. He does not get held. He is out with some fresh tires and field 6 as well. Dustin Reeves coming out here, pit road. All right, let's see. Where's our race leader, Daniel? What did I tell you, folks? Oh, man, you messed up the side of that truck. I still see George on it, though. Go Dogs. Look at that truck right there, man. He put that out in front on purpose. Look at that Georgia Bulldogs, man. Woo! I haven't been drinking tonight, folks, I promise. All right, 31. Look at that truck. Dog Nation, baby. I knew you'd put it out front here at least once tonight. All right, is Daniel Holcroft going to spoil the field here tonight and pull off another win in the Tuesday Night Racing Series? We're going to find out, folks. We got 19 laps to go. Daniel Holcroft, 23 laps into this race. I don't think Holcroft is going to have enough fuel to be able to do so, but we will find out as he's got more than almost 10 seconds. Him and Kunkel are going to try to spoil this race here for the rest of these guys here as they've got almost 10 seconds on the rest of the field. If they can keep this out here with the fuel strategy that they've got, folks, boy, will it be a spoiler. And that 31 is going to put that thing in victory lane with that Georgia Bulldog paint scheme on it. Woo! Let's see if he does it. Man, everything's getting shook up here. All right, so we got, let's see. So if the 31 and the 48 do have to come in, the 14 right now is leading Joseph Mahar by that gap right there, as you see on the screen. So there's the 14. There is the 46. The 46 is going to have to catch the 14. Now, again, that may not matter. Because as it stands right now, 31's out front with 17 laps to go. Now, I don't think he's going to have enough fuel to be able to make it here, but we're going to find out. He's got almost 10 seconds ahead of this field. 48, not too far behind him. 48's almost 5 seconds behind him. Man, this Georgia Bulldog power here, this thing's powering this sucker tonight. I'm not going to lie, that's a good-looking paint scheme. I know I say about that about the 15 every week. Y'all are probably tired of me saying that, but David Brackett, man, he did a good job on that number 15 truck. Let me show you that real quick. Look at that truck. That's a good-looking paint scheme. I don't even know what the sponsors are on it, but it don't matter. It's just a good-looking paint scheme. That Monster Energy paint scheme there, Ray Rogers, that's a good-looking paint scheme, too. It's simple. Like, you know, all of the Monster Energy paint schemes are simple, but they stand out. Well, the 15 is definitely... So it looks like Kunkel may have scraped the wall a little bit. Kunkel's falling back to positions here. He's currently P6. He's falling back. Daniel Holcroft, however, he's out there chugging away. But as you see, folks, fresher tires. This Georgia Bulldog, number 31, go Dogs, Dog Nation. He is going to get past here by Austin Shoemaker on the fresher tires. Again, I think Holcroft is still going to have to come in for fuel. He may not. But those fresher tires, as I said, folks, how many laps does it take for a driver to pick up that gap? They picked up a 10-second gap there within about 5 laps, I think. As you see, the 46 just going to pass the 31 like he's standing still. That's that fresh rubber. As you see the stint length right here, Shoemaker, Mahar, Rogers, and Grenier all have new tires and fuel. The 11 and Robertson in the number 9 and Russell for Black Car Mafia in the number 11. Those two drivers right there, they had the same strategy as the other 4 drivers that are leading. But what happened is they went in about maybe 10 laps too early, I think. And so Russell and Robertson are currently 7th and 8th. They're going to pick up those 2 spots. As you see, the 31's going to come down. He's going to get fuel. I do believe Kunkel's also going to come down at some point here, and that will push the 11 and the 9 up here to P5 and P6. As you see, that's shuffling around right now. Dixon is also coming in. It looks like Dixon's also picked up to 7th spot. He also came in. Same strategy as Shoemaker, Mahar, Rogers, and Grenier. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see that 54. Let me click on him. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the 54 pass the number 9 and the 11 and challenge the 15 and 51. The problem is there's just too much of a gap there between the 54 and the 15. I just don't think he's going to be able to make that up unless there is a late caution. But I'll tell you what, P5 spot after that strategy and after this race, that's nothing to shake your head about. We got 9 laps to go, folks. Austin Shoemaker, our race leader, Joseph Mahar, just let's see, about a second behind him. Will Mahar be able to catch him? Rogers also making the charge up here to the front. A win and you're in. The 14 wins. He is locked himself into the round of 4. Mahar looking to do the same thing as he's pushing off the corners there. He's doing everything he can to try to catch up to Shoemaker. As you can see, he's making up the gap just a little bit, but it looks like Shoemaker's a little faster in one of the corners there, and it brings it back to about a second. 7 laps to go. Our race leader, Austin Shoemaker. Hot Shoe Racing out front. Mahar trying to catch him. He may have a little bit of help here by Ray Rogers in just a few laps. If Rogers, as you see, Bedwell there, another playoff driver, unfortunately getting lapped. I don't know if he's already a lap down or if he's going a lap down. Okay, so Bedwell is currently 1 lap down. So Ray Rogers trying to make up the gap between him and Mahar. I think if Ray Rogers catches Mahar, they may be able to work together to try to catch the 14 of Austin Shoemaker. Jeremy Banner going now a lap down. as these guys may be able to, they may be trying to work on a fuel strategy that backfired. We got several drivers that are now lapped down. Aaron Adcock currently up here in the top 10. McLean also currently P7 at the moment. So the 14 had a little bit of a challenge there getting around Barry Knapp. He was not making it easy as he goes a lap down. Ray Rogers trying to make that inside work with Jeremy Banner right behind him. He has caught Mahar. Let's go up here to Mahar and Ray Rogers as we see that battle right now. It looks like Rogers has made the pass on Mahar. Making that inside lane work. Mahar's going to have to use that bottom lane here in the front stretch, see if he can catch Rogers with 3 laps to go. Rogers is trying to catch Shoemaker. He seems to be the faster truck than Mahar. I don't think he's going to be able to, there's not enough time for him to be able to do it, I don't think.
2 to go.
And there you heard it, folks, 2 to go. White flag will be in the air next lap around. Rogers is going to try to get around Barry Knapp here as we're going to have 1 to go here in just a moment. Looks like Barry Knapp is going to let Ray Rogers go to the inside. We'll see if that works out here as Ray Rogers is trying to catch Austin Shoemaker. And we have the white flag in the air, folks. This will be the race. Austin Shoemaker out front here currently right now about a 0.75 seconds in front of Ray Rogers. About 1.5 seconds in front of Joseph Mahar. He may be our race winner. We are just waiting to call that here in just a moment.
Good win, Austin.
And folks,
Thanks, Ray.
we have a race winner. Mr. Austin Shoemaker
Good job, man.
will be the race winner for the Kentucky 225 for the Tuesday Night Racing Series. Congratulations also. Ray Rogers pulls out a top P2 finish. Joseph Mahar finishes P3.
Nice win, Austin.
Matt Grenier finishes P4, and Tyler Dixon pulls out a P5 to round out our top 5 drivers for this evening. We're going to hear from the top 3 here in just a minute as we see Austin Shoemaker. We want to see him burn it down here, and then we'll go to commercial break and bring our podium finishers here at the end of this race, and we want to hear from all those guys.
Checker flag. We'll give you a mulligan, man. As good as you do for us week in and week out, buddy. We wouldn't trade you for nothing, you know that.
You're my spotter. I didn't even race. It's funny. Those are the things we hear in our ear, though, from our spotters. Well, like I said, folks, it was bound to be an exciting finish, and that's one of the things we love about the Tuesday Night Racing Series. It really comes down to strategy. It really comes down to saving tires and racing smart. And at the end of the day, this is the result. Is we've got somebody that was up here in the top 10 just about all night racing. That was not necessarily leading the race much of the entire race, and pulls out a win for his team and for himself and locks himself into the round of 4 for the championship. So he will compete for a championship. And the other drivers are now going to have to compete for those last 3 spots for the Tuesday Night Racing Championship for Season 3. And so it's going to be an exciting battle to see next week at Phoenix. That will be an absolute exciting race. We hope you'll tune in next Tuesday night. But before we close this out for the evening, we want to thank our sponsors, we want to thank you guys, and we want to hear from our race winners. So if you'll do me a favor, folks, just stick around here for just a minute. We're going to go to commercial break. I will be right back with you, though, in just a moment, and we'll hear from those guys here in just a second. Thanks so much.
Take everything that you know about your typical energy drink and kick it to the curb, because today we're talking about C4 Original. And this isn't an energy drink, this is a performance energy drink. Well, what does that mean? Well, C4 Original contains 200 milligrams of caffeine for that explosive C4 energy. Also contains incredible flavors with 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 artificial colors. But C4 Original also contains ingredients that are formulated for performance, like carnosine beta-alanine, a clinically studied ingredient that helps to kick fatigue to the curb, like Beta Power, which is a clinically studied ingredient that helps with performance. So when I say performance energy, I'm not just saying it. You're literally getting clinically studied performance ingredients in every sip of C4 Original. So get rid of your sugary energy drink, because that's not doing anything for you. If you want energy to perform and dominate life, get your hands on C4 Original.
All right, folks, want to thanks for your patience here as we try to get all of our drivers in here. Bear with me just a second here as we want to pull up that other information. And why can I not find it? There it is. Okay. Bear with me just a second here as I get our race winner, Mr. Austin Shoemaker, in the number 14 for Hot Shoe Racing. Let's hear it, folks. Let's hear it. Actually, let's hear it, folks. Yeah, let's all clap for Austin Shoemaker because we can hear it in the sim. Congratulations, man, on a awesome race and pulling off a P1 again. Second week in a row for Hot Shoe Racing. Garrett Brown wins last week at Auto Club. You win this week at Kentucky. You've locked yourself into the championship Final Four. Congratulations, buddy. Tell me how your race went and give your shout-outs.
The race went pretty well the whole night. Was hanging in the top 5 pretty consistently. I decided to mix it up and pit early because I knew I couldn't make it on one more stop. So I was running 4th, and I knew I couldn't catch the leaders up there. So I just decided I was going to be the first one to pit, and came out, took the lead, and then Mahar was gaining on me pretty quick there. I was expecting him to go a few more laps than me. We both pitted at the same time, which I think probably helped me out just a little bit. But from there, I was able to come out and stay about a second ahead of him the whole time. And then Ray was making a charge there at the end. I know he pitted pretty late, but I thought he was going to catch me, but I was able to hold him off as well. So overall, the night went well.
Yeah, it was an interesting strategy by several drivers tonight. I was trying to keep track as best as I possibly can. It's hard pushing all the buttons on the back end here and trying to keep track of it all, but I think I did a pretty good job tonight. There was Logan Russell and Brandon Robertson, teammates. They pitted. I think they were about 10 laps older than you guys, and I knew when they kind of caught up to you guys, but when I say caught up, I mean they didn't catch up to you to the point where they could challenge you for the race, and they just pitted a little too late. I think Ray Rogers was the only one that pitted maybe about 5 laps after you and Joseph Mahar. And I think actually Grenier also pitted with you, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was Dixon. Dixon pitted the same lap as you guys, or approximately the same lap. So yeah, it was very interesting how everything played out. I was surprised to see A few guys didn't really take advantage of that bottom lane to try to catch the momentum like you guys were doing last week. I know this track's a little bit got different, little dynamic, different than Auto Club, but all in all, man, you pulled it out front, you kept it out front, and overall it was a great race. It's unfortunate for your dad there that got mixed up in that incident with the 15 there at the end, or at the beginning, but it's racing, it happens. It's just close racing. So, but congratulations, man, on a great finish, and I look forward to seeing you compete for the Final Four, the round of 4, and the champion as a whole. So, championship as a whole. This will definitely help your team for sure. So, give your shout outs, man, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to my teammates. Good run tonight by Dustin. He got a top 10 finish.
Yes, he did.
Garrett, he was trying to stretch it on fuel, which I think he was able to make it, but the tires just caught up to him. So he still had an okay finish. And then my dad, like you said, he got caught up with the 15 back-to-back weeks, so that ended his night, which is pretty frustrating. But all in all, not too bad. And then I'd like to give a shout-out to all my friends and family that were tuning in. The Sampsons that tune in as well. My little cousin Noah, I know he's watching. He has COVID this week, so I hope he gets feeling better soon. And then, as always, thanks for hosting, Dylan.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. And we definitely hope Noah gets pulls through there with the COVID. And thanks for all your family for always tuning in. We truly appreciate it. So, thanks for supporting this gentleman right here, because he's a pretty awesome addition to the league for sure. So anyway, buddy, congratulations on your P1 again. It's been a great season for you, and we look forward to seeing you at Phoenix next week. I know that's a track that we've ran many times in the sim, and I expect you, Ray, Mahar, all you guys in the playoffs here, that round of eight drivers to be competing here next week, and I look forward to seeing that. So thank you very much, buddy.
As always. Thanks,
Yes,
Dylan.
sir. No problem, buddy. All right, folks, we're going to hear from our second-place driver, Mr. Ray Rogers for Hammerdown Motorsports in the number 51. He was charging. He almost had it there at the end. I thought he was going to catch a 14. He got around the 46, and the lap car there, I believe 35. Nap 30. No, what was Nap? Nap? No, actually, I don't know if he was a lap car or not, but he was in the 39 there. It looks like he got out of the way, let you go by, and you almost caught him. But congratulations on a P2.
Yeah, I needed, catching.
You probably need about 5 more laps.
Yeah, I needed. That's what I was telling Joe. I needed about 5 more laps, but catching him and getting around him was probably wasn't going to happen, because I burnt my stuff up pretty good trying to run them guys back down. So I needed about 5 more laps to even have an attempt at it.
Yeah, but all in all, though, the strategy obviously. Thankfully, there was no cautions, or otherwise that would have really screwed things up, because there was a situation there where there was quite a few trucks on. You guys were putting several trucks laps down, so I think there was some guys thinking that you guys were not going to pit at the end of the race and trying to make the fuel strategy work, and it really backfired on them because of the tires. I did. Was it you? No, actually it was Swavely. Swavely, I think when you and Swavely were, because you guys led a lot of the race, you guys actually had a really strong race. You actually also, I want to make sure I mention this, I mean, you swept both stages. So you had an overall great race, not only to sweep both stages, but to finish P2. It's definitely a strong night for you in the playoffs, as well as the point standings. And so we'll see how that all plays out here at the end of the evening. But I think you're safe. I think it's safe to say that you probably are very close to locking yourself into the round of 4 if you haven't already done so. So I think right now you're actually sitting in the 4th position right now in points, and so it looks like Austin Shoemaker was sitting 8th, so he's already locked himself in. And I think you're sitting 4th, and Wyatt Brackett, unfortunately, out of the race early on, so that's going to affect his overall points. Garrett Brown also finishing 14th. And Chris Bedwell finishing outside of the top 10. So that definitely plays all in your favor right there. So I think it's safe to say you probably have your position there in the round of 4, but we'll not call that until the end of the race next week. But awesome race tonight for you. And what I was getting ready to say there is I think we don't have Swavely up here in the booth, but I think he forgot to check his tires.
Yeah,
I saw oh, actually, you guys are in the same chat, so you guys know.
Yeah, he forgot to do his tires when he came in.
Yeah, I saw that. I was actually watching you guys coming into pit road to see what strategy you guys were going to play out, and I saw you take tires. I saw him not take tires. I'm like, what is he doing? I thought maybe he got penalized, but yeah, that really hurt him. The same thing with Chris McLean tonight. He was pretty strong as well, and he also made the mistake of not taking tires. He didn't have them checked, and then when he checked them when he was in the pit box, obviously you know how much time that takes away from your pit when you've already spent 11 seconds into the pit stall, and then you click your tires, it changes them for you. So, and that takes a lot of time off of you. So,
yeah, it what really hurt me was is that last pit stop or the pit stop or the one before that or whatever. I think I went too many laps once Austin and Joseph, they both pitted.
Yeah.
I went too many laps and they got too far ahead. I think he was like 7 seconds ahead of me, and that just kind of killed me right there. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, those fresher tires at these tracks here, these mile and a halves. I think this is a mile and a half. It's hard, but it's a hard call too, because if you don't wait to pit, there's always that chance that there's going to be that late stage caution after you pit, because then you're racking them back up, and you've got the fresher tires, so you've got the advantage. Exactly. But hey, we never know how it's all going to play out. But again, congratulations on a P2, and we'll see you at Phoenix, and we look forward to seeing you then.
All right, man. Take care, man.
See you, buddy. Yes, sir. All right, folks, let's hear from our third place finisher, Mr. Joseph Mahar for Race Pass Motorsports. Congratulations, buddy, on a P3. Yes, okay, I was going to say you got to unmute yourself. Congratulations, man. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Trying to make sure I was in here.
Man, you're going to need to start paying attention here. Weren't you texting and driving earlier?
I was, yeah. I was mowing the grass down in turn 3.
I'm just messing with you, man. Congratulations, buddy, on a P3. Let me know how your race went. I mean, was there anything there that you messed up on? Any strategy that you wish you would have taken? Looks like you followed Austin in, so I think that was probably the best call. I don't know if maybe he gapped you coming out of pit road. Is that where the gap started? Because it took you. I don't think you were ever able to make up the gap at the very end.
Yeah, it was on that first round of pit stops. He came in, I think, maybe 5 or 6 laps before me, and I thought staying out would be the better option. I thought maybe I'd run him down a little.
Oh, so you didn't pit the same time that Austin Shoemaker did?
No, I pitted actually.
Okay, well then that's exactly what Ray Rogers was just talking about. Is that he waited too long to pit. And Ray was able to catch you, but I think all in all, it put him too far out front with those fresher tires.
Yeah, I ran him down the first time. I think I was like 4.5 seconds back, and I ran him down. It took me a while. It took me like 20 laps to get him, but
yeah,
I got back up to him. By that time, I burnt my tires up, and I couldn't get by him, and I was just kind of following him, and I saw that he was taking the high line in 3 and 4, and the one time he goes to the low line, I figured he was pitting, so I went and dove in the pits and somehow got the truck before then. So, and then I couldn't get around him after that. I mean, he was fast. Him and I were actually probably equal after that, and it was just a matter of he got through lap traffic good. I couldn't make up any time in lap traffic. So I mean, it's good pit call on his part. I mean, he definitely won it with the pit call.
Yeah, well, and like I was telling Ray, there's always a chance that we bank on those late stage cautions, try to rack them back up, and you guys, we're always trying to have the fresher tires in the event that ever happens. But at the end of the day, I think it's hindsight. I mean, you had a great call. You came in. I mean, all in all, you finished P3. I mean, that's nothing to frown about for sure. So after tonight, you had 2 really strong stage finishes. You had a P3 finish for the race. I think you've obviously got a really good chance going into the playoffs here. I believe right now you're sitting P7 in the total standings, and with Wyatt Brackett obviously out of the race early, Chris Bedwell finishing under top 10, Garrett Brown also finishing under the top 10, as I was just saying about Ray Rogers. Ray Rogers finishing strong. Brandon Robertson finished 9th. And Swavely, actually, he made a mistake on the pits. I don't know if that's exactly what caught him entirely, but he finished outside the top 10 as well in P11. So I think you got a good chance tonight to push yourself up maybe a few more spots in the standings, and got a chance to battle for those final 3 positions as Austin Shoemaker's locked himself into the round of 4. So congratulations, man, and give your shout-outs, and I'll see you next week in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, good, definitely a good run. I was probably no better than a 5th place truck tonight, and so I think my time saved tires a little bit better. Those guys started racing, was able to get by a couple of them, so led a few laps. But no, as always, thanks for putting on an awesome league here. Thanks for owning the truck that I drive. Trying to get the owner's championship for you, the team championship, but it's hard out there, just me doing it. Just great racing amongst all of the guys up in the top 5 tonight. It was very, very clean tonight. Everybody gave each other enough room, and it's real easy to slide up in the corner or someone or knock them out the way because it's so hard to pass here, and just everyone drove a clean race. So congrats, Austin. Good job, Ray, for 2nd place. Hopefully this will be the first round of 4 that I make, and I've come close, so maybe this will be the time. Shout out to my wife. Thanks for cheering me on watching the end of the race there.
Somebody else was also rooting you on tonight as well, Robin Corbett.
Oh, my buddy Robin. Yeah, Robin, if you're listening, I love you, buddy. My Scottish buddy Robin, I miss you. I've run good at Phoenix. I think I finished 3rd last time we raced there, so it's one of my better tracks. Those flat tracks I'm decent at. So see what we can do.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again on a P3. Obviously, I'm excited for you. I hope you make the round of 4, just simply because you're a Race Pass Motorsports driver. But I also want it for yourself as well, since you've worked really hard in the sim this whole season. And look forward to seeing you at Phoenix next week. It is going to be an exciting race at Phoenix with the new updates, and we'll look forward to seeing you then, buddy. Thanks again.
Yeah. Thanks, Dylan.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, that is our top 3 drivers for this evening. Bear with me just a second here as I get this stuff off the screen here. All right, let's go ahead and go through the final results for this evening's Kentucky 225. And again, folks, I want to thank you so much for your viewership, for you tuning in. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for tuning into the Tuesday Night Racing Series. And if you're somebody that's been watching us through the entire Season 3, I can't thank you enough for you supporting this series as well as your favorite drivers out there. All right, let's go through real quick the results. Bear with me just a second as I always click the wrong button here. Austin Shoemaker, our race winner for this evening, locking himself into the round of 4. Ray Rogers, P2. Joseph Mahar, 3rd. Matt Grenier, 4th. Tyler Dixon, 5th. Logan Russell, 6th. Chris McLean finishes 7th. Dustin Reeves finishes 8th. Great job to him as well. 2nd week in a row that he's had a strong finish. Brandon Robertson, 9th. Aaron Adcock, glad to have him back racing this week, and he rounds out the top 10 for Race Pass Motorsports. He was one of our subs for this evening. And Richard Swavely, just outside, playoff driver, just outside the top 10, P11. Barry Knapp, 12th. Jeremy Banner, 13th. Garrett Brown, 14th. Daniel Holcroft in that beautiful Georgia Bulldog Dog Nation, 31. Finishes 15th. James Kunkel, 16th. Chris Bedwell, 17th. Dana Shepard, his teammate, finishes 18th. So 17 and 18th for 3F Racing. I don't know why it says checked out racing there for Chris Bedwell as we've updated that. But David Brackett finishes 19th. David Harden finishes 20th. Tony Edrington finishes 21st. Chris Shoemaker, unfortunately involved in that early on incident with the 15, finishes 22nd. Same with Wyatt Brackett. Was involved in that incident, finishes 23rd. As well as Brad Fulham, also involved in that one incident that we had that brought out the only caution that we had for this evening's race. P12. 24 for that driver for this evening. And the last one there is Race Control. That is myself. I want to thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors as always. As this season concludes, we are looking for new sponsorship for Season 4. If you're interested or know a business that has an e-commerce reach here in the United States, Canada, internationally, it doesn't matter as long as your business is e-commerce. And it does not have to be race related. It can be any type of products or service that you wish to have. We have all different types of packages. We can broadcast, we can advertise for you, and it's very cheap, quite honestly. For the amount of exposure that you get each and every week, these races are seen by at least, on average, about 400 or 500 people per week, and they're constantly being hosted and replayed over and over and over again for people to see. We'd love to have your business and your products and services out there for other people to see and enjoy. So if you're interested, please reach out to us on Facebook or any of our social media channels, preferably Facebook if possible. Reach out to our, send us a private message there, and we'd be happy to reach out to you and let you know what those packages include. For this season, however, I want to thank Thomas Light and Light Electric Company General Contractors. They were our sponsor for Victory Lane as well as the season. So I want to thank them for their sponsorship, as well as ADK Coolers, ADK Outdoor Brands. Thank you for your sponsorship. That, at full disclosure, that is my company, but I just want to thank them also as I'm the league owner. I wouldn't go without sponsoring the league. And also I want to thank Rhymesick Coin out there for their support as well for sponsoring the league. And at the end of the day, folks, this couldn't all be possible without all of the drivers we have in the series. Again, we're always looking for more clean, respectful drivers for Season 4. We've got about 2 spots left for 2 different teams. We preferably are looking for some teams that enjoy driving the Toyota Tundra, the Toyota trucks. We're looking for at least one team that has Toyota as a sponsor or as a manufacturer. Teams can be anywhere between 2 to 4 drivers max. This is not a free series. This is a paid series. It does cost money to be able to broadcast as well as host sessions and put all of this stuff on for all of the amazing people that tune in each and every week and that also join us each and every week to race. So if you're interested, please reach out to us again through Facebook. We'd be happy to look at all that information, see whether or not you meet all the criteria that we have for our series, and we'd love to welcome you to the Tuesday Night Racing Series. Other than that, folks, we look forward to seeing you back here next week for the Phoenix race, which will conclude the round of 8. We've got 3 more positions, left for the round of 4, which will be a cutoff race next week at Phoenix. So tune in next Tuesday night, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time for the Phoenix race. We look forward to seeing you then. Until next time, folks, thank you so much. My name is Dylan Hastings. This is the Tuesday Night Racing Series, and we'll see you back here next week. Thanks so much.